voters to decide?
Okay, this government actually thinks that is entitled to fight for a third mandate, but that's kind of an icy territory we're sleeping in, because if they win, it's going to be the first time ever that a single party rules the country for a long period of time, which may go to 12 years. And to me, that's a new social experiment that never happened before. You said, of course, and we all know that that's the will of the people. If they decide that a party will have to rule them for the next 4 years, it's up to them, as long as the result is clean and free. But do you see a problem on that?
You answered your own question, so-called.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking with out loud.
It's for voters to decide. It's not for the American ambassador or any other foreigner to decide.
How do you see the work of this government?
What do you mean?
I mean, how do you see the country? Is the country better? Is the country worse?
I think from the perspective of the United States, we have had good cooperation with this government. We have had good cooperation with previous governments as well. So we are pleased with that, and we hope that, and we are confident actually, that no matter what happens on April 25th, as far as the relationship between Washington and Tirana, that will remain strong.
That I'm quite sure, because I see that even from the other side, from the opposition side, I mean, despite whatever happened in 2019, at the end of the day, they follow suit. They follow suit. They corrected their mistakes, and I think your influence, your positive influence, it's visible on them. And I don't see any element that previously, let's say, jeopardized the relationship between the U.S. and the Democratic Party or the LSI is having an influence today, which is a good thing. What do you expect from the new political movements? Do you think they will have an impact, electorally speaking? Because there are some new parties that are coming out.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a very short answer. The TVs are inundated with different polls. Have you seen them, and what is your opinion?
I see the polls, but you know, polls are not votes. So I think you know, they can serve as a guide for expectations, but ultimately what matters is who shows up on April 25th and who do they pick.
I have become part of the group that sees big coalitions maybe not as the only way, but maybe as the best way to control political egos and lower costs of governing this small country. Voices are growing that there is a possibility that might become reality after April 25, that the socialists and the Democrats, maybe conditioned by the close result on the elections, may consider forming like a big coalition cabinet. Do you see that as a possibility or as a travesty of democracy?
Not for me to comment.
So you're not getting involved in that?
Not for me to comment.
Okay, so when you say it's not to you to comment, it's not to you to comment that's a bad thing or a good thing. So that's going to be up to Albanians to decide as well.
I think that it's not helpful for me to speculate on what could happen in the future.
So you're focused on the present?
I'm focused on you know, making sure that the United States provides all possible support so that we get to April 25th in a way that builds confidence and that results in an accurate reflection of what the Albanian people want.
Ma'am Ambassador, let's focus a bit on the justice reform. Here I think you can talk much, you know, openly, because that's the, I think the biggest investment that the US has had in Albania since 1991, I guess. when you supported the restatement of the democracy in the country. So how the process is going? Because, you know, there are many people lamenting on this. They're saying, you know, they are slow, the institutions have not built yet, the results are not there yet. So, you know, give us some more hopeful messages.
All right. So, you know, as we said at the beginning of this interview, you know, I pointed out the things that have happened over the course of the past year, where we started out the year without a constitutional court that functions. Now Albania has a court that functions. You need a couple more judges to have the full complement of 9. And I think that parties will work on that. The responsible institutions will work on that. SPAC had not yet begun to function. It's now functioning. There are some cases that it's looking at. I don't know what those cases are. That's for them to decide. And then now, of course, with NBI functioning as well with their investigators. So there is movement. I think that the Albanian people are right to feel impatient. They have